The night was supposed to be flawless. Miss Nikki Baby's 33rd birthday bash in Beverly Hills had all the makings of a luxury dream. Designer gowns, private chefs, Swarovski crystal candles, and a $7,000 cake flown in from Dubai. Cameras were rolling, champagne was flowing, and the vibe was perfection until Christian Rock showed up. She wasn't on the guest list. In fact, sources say she wasn't invited at all. But she arrived anyway, dressed to kill, eyes locked on Nikki from the moment she walked in. Tension crackled through the air. Nikki whispered to a friend, "Why is she here?" But before anyone could process what was coming, the moment was shattered. As the 5-tier cake was being rolled out and the lights dimmed, Christian pushed through the crowd, walked up to the cake, and without hesitation, shoved 3 bare fingers into the front layer. She licked one finger, smirked, and said, "Just making sure it ain't poison, babe." The room went silent. Gasps echoed. Nikki's face froze. Guests exchanged stunned glances. Phones shot up to record. Even the DJ cut the music. It was the frosting heard around the world. But it didn't end there. As Christian left, her own terms, not escorted by security, one staffer secretly recorded her making sharp comments just beyond the garden entrance. In the clip, Christian reportedly mocks Nikki's surgery scars, drops the name of her ex, and says with a chilling calm, "She can't hide behind filters when I drop round 2. Rumors now swirl that Christian had been planning this birthday sabotage ever since she caught wind of a leaked group chat message where Nikki allegedly called her a leech with no respect. The feud, it turns out, wasn't new. It had been simmering since a tense yacht party months earlier where Nikki called her ratchet behind closed doors. So when Christian wasn't invited to the biggest party of the summer, she made sure she'd still be the main event. Nikki reportedly broke down in tears, shattered a champagne glass, and left her own party before midnight. Now the internet is divided. Some say Nikki overreacted, it's just cake, while others call Christian's stunt psychological warfare. And just when people thought the drama was over, whispers began to circulate of a second video, this time with Christian name-dropping more than just an ex, hinting at secrets that could explode Nikki's carefully curated image. Whether this was petty revenge or calculated dominance, one thing's for sure. This wasn't about frosting. This was a takedown, and the war between them is far from over. The crowd was chanting Nikki, Nikki, Nikki. The lights glowed, the cameras flashed, and for a split second, the birthday queen basked in flawless energy. But then, like a knife through silk, Christian Rock sliced through the celebration, eyes trained on Nikki with unsettling precision. No smile, no hesitation. She didn't speak to anyone. She didn't even pause. She walked straight to the towering $7,000 cake like she owned the entire mansion, reached up with both hands, and shoved her fingers deep into the top tier, 3 deliberate scoops of frosting. She licked one finger, grabbed the mic, and said it loud enough to echo off the chandeliers. "Just making sure it ain't poisoned, babe. You know how these bougie parties go." The air snapped. Silence fell. Nikki's face twisted, equal parts rage, disbelief, and public humiliation. Phones were up. The DJ killed the music. But that wasn't the end. It wasn't even the climax. Less than 15 minutes later, a leaked voice memo detonated across social media like dynamite. A stylist accidentally posted a private Instagram story, meant for close friends, and in it, Christian can be heard in the back of a black Escalade laughing uncontrollably with 2 friends before saying the now infamous line, "That be asterisk, TCH, been plastic since 2019. I just wanted to see if the cake was more real than her face." The quote burned across Twitter like wildfire. Nikki, who built her entire influencer brand on the illusion of natural beauty and high-end elegance, had always fiercely denied going under the knife. Now, Christian had just ripped that curtain wide open, and on Nikki's own birthday. Backstage, Nikki broke, sources say. She screamed, tossed her diamond clutch, and shattered a champagne glass against the wall. One insider even claims Nikki had to be physically held back from storming into the valet area to confront Christian before she drove off. "I will slap her," she reportedly yelled. "I'm done playing classy, this is war." But the twist no one saw coming. Someone else beat her to it. Enter Alexis Sky, the former VH1 frenemy, long rumored to have beef with Nikki, unexpectedly appeared at the party and stunned everyone by defending her. The moment Christian desecrated the cake, Alexis was already at the DJ booth, telling the host, "That was straight up foul. This ain't Zeus Network. She's not cute for that." Moments later, Alexis dropped a cryptic Instagram story, Some girls still act like high school bullies in grown bodies. You'll never be elite not with that hygiene. It didn't take long for fans to connect the dots. Social media erupted. Hashtags like #CakeGate225 and #FingerFrostingFail started trending as slow-mo replays of Christian's cake invasion went viral. Some viewers were livid. That's someone's birthday. That's someone's moment. Others, well, they turned it into a meme frenzy. Chrisean walked in like it was Fear Factor. And she didn't ruin the cake, she exposed the fake. But just as the internet began to cool, the first direct message leak dropped. And with it, everything changed. The crowd had barely recovered from the frosting fiasco when a fake DM, allegedly from Blueface, surfaced, showing what looked like Christian rock messaging during the party. This BDA chick really thinks she above me. Should stick her face in her own frosting. The reply: do it. Give them something to talk about. Real or not, it threw gasoline on an already burning fire. Even celeb bloggers like Jason Lee and Tasha K chimed in, with Jason tweeting, "If you crash someone's party, destroy their $7,000 cake, and call their face fake, that's not drama, that's psychological warfare." But none of it compared to the real emotional blow that dropped like a nuke hours later. In a deleted Instagram live, a tearful Miss Nikki revealed the cake Chrisean destroyed wasn't even hers, it was for her mother, a cancer survivor who had just completed treatment. "That cake was for my mom, y'all. She just beat cancer. I was going to cut it with her." Suddenly, this wasn't just petty, it was cruel, a slap to a survivor, and fans turned on Chrisean in droves. But the drama didn't stop there. The next morning, all footage from the party vanished from TikTok, IG, and Twitter. People assumed Nikki was trying to move on, but then came the leaked email, a cease and desist warning for violating a non-disclosure agreement. Turns out everyone at the event, including glam squads and caterers, had signed NDA. Everyone except Chrisean, because she was never invited. Now Nikki's legal team is allegedly preparing to sue for defamation, emotional distress, and property damages. The $7 cake is Exhibit A. But then came the missing footage twist. The mansion's security system suffered a mysterious 4-minute blackout 9:38 p.m. to 9:42 p.m., the exact window when Chrisean crashed the cake. Conspiracy theories exploded. Was the footage deleted? Did someone help cover it up? Enter Marvin, Big Marv Henderson, the security guard stationed by the cake. In a viral TikTok live, he claimed Chrisean looked him dead in the eye and said, "Don't worry, I'm just here to bless the cake," before doing the deed. He even turned over a gold earring. She allegedly dropped physical evidence. And, just when it seemed Chrisean might lay low, she jumped on IG Live the next day. "All y'all mad over a cake. Meanwhile, your faves got fake bodies, fake friends, and fake NDAs. I ain't scared of no plastic princess." Then the bomb. "Tell Nikki I'll buy her a new cake and shove it in her face this time." 10 million views in 6 hours. Twitter imploded. Fake insider threads flooded the timeline, breaking down how this was a planned sabotage. She wore white to a red dress code, brought 3 uninvited people, posted a countdown hours before, rehearsed the cake comment, and even tagged the bakery in her story. Black China shaded her. Tokyo Tony demanded jail time. "You don't put your fingers in no damn cake. That's spiritual disrespect." But the most chilling update: Nikki allegedly hired a private investigator after hearing that Chrisean met with her ex just days before the party. Blurry paparazzi shots show Chrisean leaving a studio with a man who looks a lot like him. Was this all orchestrated? A takedown on Nikki's most public night. And now, in a twist straight from a reality TV finale, one of Nikki's frenemies just leaked that she's planning a secret VIP-only rebirth gala to reclaim her narrative. And Chrisean, she's already plotting round 2. A leaked DM shows her texting a stylist, "Hope she does it again. Got gloves this time." Gloves. For cake. For confrontation. For war. Whatever it means. One thing's clear, this isn't drama anymore. This is warfare with sprinkles. Stay tuned, it's never been messier. What began as one viral moment has exploded into a full-blown online civil war, and no one is playing neutral anymore. Twitter is ablaze. TikTok is feral. And Instagram is a battlefield of cryptic captions and scorched sub-tweets. Team Annika Kai is rallying hard, defending Nikki like she's royalty wronged. She survived cancer, and this is how she gets treated. One fan posted, while another called Chrisean a menace in platform heels for desecrating a cake that symbolized survival. One user even launched a GoFundMe called Rebuild Nikki's Cake, reclaim her crown, and it raised $11,000 in 3 hours for a cake. But across the digital divide, Team CHRI is turning Chrisean into a folk anti-hero. She's the only one real enough to expose the fake, reads one viral comment. No one cared about the cake when half these influencers treat people like props, off camera. Someone even turned Chrisean's frosting lick into a full-on action movie trailer with the tagline, "In a world full of fake, one woman dared to taste the truth." It has 2.7 million views and counting. And now celebrities are weighing in, some are choosing violence. Cardi B liked a tweet that read, "You don't crash someone's event and violate their moment. That's pure hater energy." She later tweeted cryptically, "Some of y'all need PR. Some of y'all need prayer." Translation, "You're embarrassing yourself. Boo." Saucy Santana didn't hold back either. "If I pay for vibes, champagne, and a cake for my mama, and some crusty-fingered gremlin touches it, security. Off with her wig." Blueface, Chrisean's on and off chaos co-pilot, dropped a dagger in the Shade Room comments. "She'll stay crashing parties like she crashing. Whips. I told y'all." Yikes. No defense, just more fuel. And then Drake liked a comment that said, "Imagine working your whole life to celebrate something special, and someone turns it into Zeus Network. Drake is in this now. What is happening?" Mainstream media caught the scent and went rabid. TMZ dubbed it the most disrespectful cake moment of the decade. Entertainment Tonight, headlined with "From Candles to Chaos: How One Party Became Reality TV, IRL." Rolling Stone is allegedly courting Nicki for an exclusive, and in a surreal twist, Netflix execs are reportedly circling a docuseries titled Frosting and Fury, the Chrissy and Nicki saga. Fans are organizing into literal digital factions. Hashtag Team Frosted Justice Nicki Defenders, Finger Freedom Squawk Say Owls, Sympathizers, and the hilariously confused hashtag Let Them Eat Cake But Not Like That. Profile pics are changing. Clubhouse rooms are popping off. Parody merch is everywhere. This is Kardashian-level cultural impact. But no voice cut deeper than Cogracy, who dropped a surprise IG freestyle that detonated the internet. The killer. Bar, you ruin a queen's night for a crumb of clout, but the frosting you fingered just wiped your name out. T Magazine has already crowned it the cake diss of the century. And word on the street, Nicki might feature that exact bar in her upcoming Rebirth Gala promo. But the drama is not over. Not even close, because guess who just booked a podcast appearance to tell her side of the story? Chrisean, and in the teaser, she's holding a slice of cake, and smirking, because apparently, there's a secret recording that changes everything. Exactly 2:46 a.m., an anonymous X account named @Frosting Files drops a 47-second voice memo with the caption, "Y'all ready to know the real reason Chrisean crashed Nicki's party? What plays next ignites a digital firestorm to voices. Whispered and raw, allegedly Chrisean and an unknown accomplice. Voice 1 Chrisean. She humiliated me last year. You think I forgot? Told you I'm getting the last laugh." Voice 2. "Girl, you really gonna do it?" Voice 1 again. "Watch me make her cry in front of everyone. That cake, that's just the start." Click. Silence, then chaos. Fans lose their minds. This wasn't impulsive, it was premeditated revenge. But it gets darker. APR insider leaks a brutal twist. Someone from inside Nicki's own team gave Chrisean the party location. Someone invited the villain in. Theories fly. Was it her fired stylist with a grudge? Her assistant with a cousin connection to Chrisean? Or the ex-boyfriend Nicki dumped last fall, the same man seen whispering with Chrisean at 2 hookah lounges? Coincidence, please. Then Nicki stuns everyone. As online chaos swirls, she posts a black screen story. The Rebirth Gala begins in 6 days. Invitations already sent. Fans brace for peace. Until Chrisean posts a story. 2. She's holding an envelope identical to Nicki's invites. She zooms in slowly and whispers, "Guess who's on the guest list now? See you soon, sis." Internet collapsed. Is Nicki inviting her back? Is this a trap? A PR stunt? A live confrontation? Or worse, a secret collab? One source claims a major network bought rights to the Rebirth Gala. There's allegedly a stage, built specifically for Chrisean, fully NDA-proofed. Ready for whatever happens. And just when it couldn't possibly escalate further, a bakery employee goes live, claims someone just placed a $12,000 cake order identical to Nicki's original, but with a hidden GoPro, a delivery window synced to the gala's red carpet, gloves and napkins on demand, paid in crypto name on the order. Chrissy, see, that's all he says. But that's all it takes. Will she crash the Rebirth Gala live in 4K? That's the question now vibrating through every group chat, Twitter thread, and closed-door publicist meeting from LA to Atlanta. All eyes are on Nicki, and all roads lead to the Rebirth Gala, an ultra-curated high-profile event meant to mark the re-emergence of a certain artist, whose name still sparks debates hotter than any Billboard chart. Originally meant as a night of legacy, glamour, and carefully packaged forgiveness, the Rebirth Gala was intended to rewrite the narrative, a strategic soft reset. But now, it's starting to look more like the stage for a final act, because Nicki might just crash the whole thing in 4K. In real time, sources close to the venue have confirmed that additional security has been requested, not for crowd control but for guest list integrity. One insider described the atmosphere as tense but luxurious, another, calm on the outside, chaos backstage. But here's where it gets cinematic. Just 5 minutes ago, yes. 5 DM leak hit threads, allegedly from Nicki herself, sent to a close friend, or perhaps a not-so-close confidant. And the message: she touched my cake. She touched my legacy. Now I'll touch hers. Those 12 words have ignited an internet wildfire. The post was deleted within minutes, but not before screenshots exploded across every platform. And now, fans, haters, and digital sleuths are parsing every word like it's the Da Vinci Code. Let's break that down. She touched my cake. A metaphor, maybe, but those who've been following the drama know this isn't about about credit, about who built what, about who earned their spot and who allegedly took shortcuts, about who was next up and who couldn't stand to be outshined. She touched my legacy. That's the gut punch. This isn't about a single incident, this is about years, decades, even a long simmering feud, rooted in stolen ideas, ghost verses, and public praise for what was allegedly Nicki's behind-the-scenes handiwork. It's about being erased. Now I'll touch hers. The threat, crystal clear. Whatever restraint Nicki once showed, gone. This isn't passive-aggressive anymore. This is declaration. This is war. And the timing. Not an accident. The Rebirth Gala is hours away. Red carpet arrivals are being finalized. Seating charts are sealed. Stylists are steaming gowns and double-checking NDA clauses. And in the middle of all of it, this DM drops like a bomb. So now, the questions multiply. Will Nicki show up, dressed for vengeance, draped in designer, daring someone to stop her at the velvet rope? Will she spring a trap, releasing unreleased footage, audio, or private texts that flip the entire redemption arc on its head? Will she drop her own receipts, a la Beyoncé's Lemonade or Cardi's eye-glazed clapbacks, but with Nicki's signature precision and venom? Or will she wait? Let the gala unfold. Let her rival bask in praise. Let the headlines sing about comeback and courage. And then burn it all down the next morning with one post, one track, one bombshell appearance on a podcast so raw the internet goes mute. Whatever happens, this is no longer about reconciliation. It's about narrative control. And Nicki's making it clear, she's not letting anyone rewrite history without a fight. For those new to this digital battlefield, here's the backstory. Nicki, known for her ghostwriting prowess, A&R, instincts, and low-key grip on the culture's biggest moments, has long stood just outside the spotlight. Not because she couldn't shine, but because she played the long game, building others, elevating friends, holding secrets. Until now, her rumored rival, let's call her R, was once Nicki's closest collaborator. Some say they were inseparable. Others say R's career was Nicki's vision board, executed to perfection. Nicki allegedly some of the early breakout material, styled the rollout, and even paid for a viral video campaign that launched R into the mainstream. But then came the betrayal, the backdoor deals, the erasure. Nicki's name faded while R's rose. And now, R's staging a comeback, a redemption arc carefully managed by new PR, new team, and a memory wipe approach to the past. And Nicki, she's had enough. The internet, of course, is already split. Team Nicki is calling this poetic justice. #Latarshan is crying hater energy. Meanwhile, bloggers are prepping top 10 explosive music feuds. Listicles and stylists are quietly rethinking whether sequins, scream redemption, or revenge bait. But make no mistake, this is bigger than celebrity drama. This is about authorship, ownership, about the uncredited voices behind so many cultural moments being told to stay quiet, play nice, and let someone else take the stage. Nicki's DM isn't just a three tits, a line in the sand. For years, the industry has run on quiet sacrifice. The ghostwriters, the image makers, the visionaries who get left off credits but whispered about in award speeches. Nicki, it seems, is tired of whispering. So what's next? If she does crash the Rebirth Gala live unscripted, and in full glam, it won't just be a headline, it'll be a reckoning. A reminder that legacy isn't something you announce with an Instagram caption. It's something you earn, protect, and if necessary defend. One industry insider said it best. If Nicki walks through those gala doors tonight, it won't be fashion. It'll be a message. And what happens after that? No one knows. A diss track, a lawsuit, an open letter, a sit-down interview with a major streamer. Or maybe nothing. Maybe she doesn't show. Maybe she lets the whispers grow until they become screams. Maybe the DM was never meant for the public. Maybe this is the long game again and we've all just become part of her rollout. Because Nicki, she doesn't move recklessly. She moves like a strategist. If there's one thing the industry knows about her, it's this. She never throws a punch without knowing exactly where it will land. And tonight, the target is legacy. Because this isn't just another night in the entertainment world, this isn't your usual petty drama, subtweets, or rehearsed reality TV plotline. No, this is something more dangerous, more deliberate, and far more permanent. The lights may glitter, the gowns may shine, the smiles may seem real, but beneath the surface of champagne toasts and step and repeat photos lies a storm that's been building for years. Because whether Nicki walks in unannounced heels, clicking like a countdown, or drops the mic from afar with a single post timed to perfection, the result will be the same: a narrative shift, a truth bomb, a reckoning disguised as a revelation. And then there's the third possibility, the most terrifying one for those involved. She waits. She lets the gala run its course. Lets the speeches flow, the cameras flash, the applause ring out. Lets the industry pat itself on the back for a job well done for crafting yet another comeback tale that fits neatly into its image-safe machinery. And then, when the after-party hits, boom, a voice memo, a screenshot, a video, maybe even a diss track, dropped at 3:17 a.m. because Nicki knows that's when the web is quiet enough for the scream to echo. That's when the message cuts deepest. Because silence, that's her scalpel. And exposure, that's her art form. It won't just be gossip, it'll be gospel. And it won't just change perceptions, it will rewrite timelines, flip alliances, expose foundations that were always cracked but painted over for the public eye. Friendships will break, team chats will panic, PR agents will sprint to damage control mode. And in the middle of it all, Nicki will be calm, controlled, prepared, because while the world was laughing, doubting, and moving on, she was documenting, watching, storing receipts like ammunition, waiting not just for the right moment but for the perfect one. And now, the fuse is lit. Someone's story is about to change forever. Maybe it's the woman behind the Rebirth Gala one dancing in borrowed applause. Maybe it's the brand trying to sell redemption without accountability. Or maybe it's the entire machine that forgot who helped build it. But what's certain is this: when Nicki moves, it's never just for revenge, it's for remembrance. Because some legacies don't collapse in public, they're taken back, one fact at a time. So whether she arrives in velvet and vengeance, hits send from a private jet, or simply lets the silence stretch until everyone breaks themselves trying to guess her next move, the clock is ticking. And once the moment lands, there's no going back. Ask ChatGPT, what does that mean? Is Nicki about to expose Chrisean on livestream? Drop a music video Cardi B style? Or unleash dirt the internet isn't ready for? And here's where it ends or begins again. A source close to the production says Chrisean may be bringing a surprise guest to the gala. Not a stylist, not a boyfriend, but a celebrity with a long-held vendetta against Nicki from her reality TV past. If true, we're not just getting drama, we're getting war. So now there's only one question left. Is Chrisean the villain, chaotic, calculated, and unforgivable? Or is she the only one bold enough to drag fake glam to the ground? Let us know in the comments. Hashtag Team Cake Queen, if you ride with Nicki. Hashtag Team Crumb Chaser, if Chrisean's chaos was the truth served cold. And don't scroll yet, because if you think this was the finale, think again. This isn't drama, this is cultural warfare. We're covering every crumb, every whisper, every whipped cream detail. Stay tuned. The next episode of Frosting and Fury, the Chrisean Chronicles, drops soon. Ready for me to script out the Rebirth Gala showdown next? Because I already see the spotlight. the second cake, the gloved entrance, and the mic drop.